We're in for quite a rainy spell coming up here. Now it's only sprinkled. It's just kind of started to sprinkle. But what I'm filming, I'm seeing if you can see that already the zonjas are changing their shade of brown. The darker brown, those are the level zonjas. And then the lighter brown is the back wall. Sometimes people call it the terrace down to the next one. So I'm going to probably film here pretty regularly for a little while here as the rain comes. It's going to take about a half day more before it really starts coming hard. We had over 2 inches of rain in the last 4 hours overnight. I didn't film anything before that because there really hadn't been much of a change. But I've shown you this before. The zonjas catch the rain, some of it, a lot of it, and you don't see it out through there because the vegetation is high. But the same thing is going on right here. Now it's supposed to rain the rest of this day until evening. Because of the foliage, I can't see down in the meadow, but I don't believe that the Oppenheimer run flooded. I don't think, not yet. Exposed. I don't know whether they call it a foundation. I think I'd rather call it a road that was temporarily made at some point. I knew there were rocks there, but I didn't quite understand it as well as I can now. It didn't flood. Oppenheimer Run did not flood in spite of how hard that rain was, and I'm just as glad. That southwestern pig cabin that I'm building is right at the edge of the floodplain. When it really does flood, it would just come and maybe touch that, but hopefully not come higher. It's close though. I decided to hike up here on top of the hill because I want to see if that rain filled the aqueduct. Pretty. Boy, after such a long dry spell, to have a rain like that. I think it's over though for the day. I think it's done. But anyway, I stopped right here because that rain was enough to fill, well, yeah, not to fill to overflowing, but to fill this old zonja from quite a while before. I mean, when the system was all up and working, the aqueduct would supply this as it would various other old dry ones. Well, we'll see what's there. There it is. This, I think, is basically just from the rain. It's not from any supply from the aqueduct, but we'll see. That's where I was walking. And sure enough, the aqueduct is, I'm not going to say full to overflowing, but it's full. I don't know if you remember, I'm lining it. I'm in the business of lining it. It leaks off either side, which is okay, but I'd like to have control of the water better than that. So yeah, now this might just be the rain, but I'm going to walk over. See, it's soaking through this bank and heading on around the hill on a zonja there. This black stuff and rocks and everything, I'm weighting down the impermeable, that plastic, that pallet wrap to be the impermeable layer. Now it's not going to, oh yeah, it's running in. It's not going to stay like this. Well, it would if I would go back and, maybe I will, go back and start patching leaks. And yeah, I'll think about that. I'll be up here a little later this morning. Yeah, it's a strong flow coming. Partly because of the rain washing down and hitting this zonja, and then here's the outlet. And probably partly because it's coming all the way from the Weir. Cool. Well, I'll be, as we sometimes say around here, the aqueduct is as full as it can be without more lining, and it is supplying this old zonja here, which goes all the way around this hill. My temporary ugly patch held. I'm sure water leaked there to some extent, but at least the waterfall wasn't going down through the barn. And this western canal has started back up, all the way from the woods back there. It could be that now, when I start maintaining this, I might be able to irrigate for the rest of the year. We'll have to see. I mean, one of the things that happens is if you dug into this a lot of ground after rain like that, after about an inch, it would be bone dry, at least here. But see, these zonjas hold it and soak it in slowly. This is that area around the apple tree that came back to life because of irrigation, and I can resume work on this too. I'll show you where I stop it. I'm close enough. I didn't want to make this a long video, but I'm close enough that I'll show you where. When I've got all the water I need, I mean a strong supply, I bring it this far to that fence, and then I drop it with a little drop structure. And then I start back in that zonja, drop it to that zonja, and so on. Boy, the pigs will be happy to come up here after that. All right. Bye for now.